On the ESPN Fantasy Football app, we begin the experience by viewing our leagues. I have already picked a league where we have drafted. Now if I tap on this matchup, you'll see a head-to-head game between two teams. Underneath each team is the roster that was drafted. As I scroll down, I have a fairly good running back from New Orleans on my bench. Let's tap the player to see his player card. Underneath his stats, you can see the player insights with Watson view. We can quickly gauge his boom and bust potential. He has a 16% chance to be under the 15th percentile of scoring at the running back position. However, he also has a 15% chance to be over 85th percentile of scoring. He is projected to score 8.1 points in week 1. To see more detail, I can tap the Show Probabilities space. Here you can see a graphical representation of his potential curve spread. We estimate that he has the most likelihood of scoring around 6 points. Now to get a better idea, let's compare him to another running back on my roster. So let's go ahead and tap the compare players and search for another player that's on my roster. So I found another running back. Let's add him and compare. Here I can see both players' scoring distribution and the probability to boom. This is very interesting. My RB2 has a higher probability to boom, but a lower floor. Now if I tap the bust, my RB2 has a slightly higher probability for busting. I think I'll roll the dice and stick with my RB1. So let's go ahead and close this and check out the trade advisor. So to get there, all I have to do is go back to the matchup page and tap the league. And here I can see a new feature called the Trade Assistant with IB and Watson. If I tap that, so here you can see I now have a trade between two teams. I would send away one of my quarterbacks as well as one of my running backs, but I would also get a running back and a wide receiver. You can see the fairness looks to be somewhat okay, and fairness just looks at the trade parity between the two teams just to make sure it's even. The value is a more egocentric view. This tells me how well this would help my team, not really my opponent's team. Now, if I want to see more information about this trade, I can go in and look at the players' summaries about what's coming, what's going. I can also look and see at my team before and after the trade point spread. So my wide receiver position would go up, but my running position really wouldn't. And then likewise, I can also see the difference between quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. And really, the net difference here is about 15.5 points. But there's a lot of intangibles that you have to look at whenever you try to evaluate trades. And you can do that by viewing rosters of both teams to figure out how does it fit within the current roster as well as bench that each team has. Let's have some AI fun within this year's ESPN Fantasy Football with Watson.